has posted some of those pictures as well, and the damage. Any excessive damage other than those couple of roofs. But we're looking at a couple of different views here. Again, there's a lot of lightning, likely gusty winds with these storms miles per hour. And overall, this has been a pretty quiet night as far as severe tornado potential, severe thunderstorm. Yes, we've had a number of warnings. And as a matter of fact, if we can, Mike, let's zoom out and let's just pop up some of those counties, and I'll show you what we've got here. All of this line is basically painted as severe, and that line is stretching all the way through Paris. Murray right now, a lot of heavy rain, and then of course up into excuse me, Lyon and Trigg counties we have the possible tornado, which is moving south and east at about 25 to 30 miles per hour, and that's pretty slow for a tornado, and that really does bear some concern that if it is on the ground, it's not going to make a lot of progress. And if it is moving that slow, sometimes these storms have a chance to basically, for lack of better terms, just like Pac-Man itself and gobble up rotation. We get enough of an inflow from the south that it can just basically collapse. Possible tornado. Again, nothing confirmed on the ground. Are indicated 3/4 inch size hail. That'll do some damage, not only to roofs but also your vehicles. And if you have a way to get your vehicles under cover out ahead of anywhere on this line from here all the way down to northwest Tennessee, try to do that, because there has been hail with these storms, and we will likely see hail cores on and off throughout the remainder of this evening. Again, the reflectivity data showing just to the east of Canton is where we have the possible tornado. A lot of cloud to ground lightning with this very heavy rainfall, tracking southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. For the rest of our area, just good old-fashioned thunderstorms. And if we can, let's zoom out. I want to show those storms in Missouri as well. Now, that's the main line you see there, but these storms have refired out to the north and west of us. Now, that's still a number of hours away. This will likely swing through as just a shield of rain with heavy downpours, maybe a little lightning and thunder, but this has been redeveloping behind the main line, which is now passing through our southeast counties. So there were a couple of warnings earlier on these storms, but those have since been discontinued. So nothing severe out of this, but certainly headed our direction. We're now looking at the possibility of some really heavy rainfall totals over the next 2 to 3 days, because this will be repeated several times. Several waves will pass through here, and that's why our rainfall totals will be rather high. But for the right now, the reason we're giving you the extended coverage is for those of you in Canton eastward. That is where we have a possible tornado is headed towards 139, and it is not looking as complex and organized as it did earlier, and that's good news. We want that. But overall, just to the east of Canton, that is where we have the possible rotation that is north of Cumberland Shores, and will slide towards the south and east at 20 miles per hour. But it's not looking quite as organized as it was earlier. So we'll wait and see what the National Weather Service decides to do with this warning, if they continue to carry it. But Mike, we seen anything from them on that?
One of our friends at the National Weather Service said the warning will likely be canceled before 9:30. So I think they're seeing the weakening trend.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that's good news. With that in mind, we'll hang with you just a couple minutes longer and give them the opportunity to take that down. But we certainly don't want anything to be developing or on the ground and not be here to give you an update on it. It's kind of a tricky mix when we can interrupt television and programming, and certainly certain situations really do warrant more than others, and we try to keep you up to date with our map in the bottom of the screen, also on social media, and that way we're allowing people who aren't being affected by storms to continue to enjoy television. But right now, with a tornado warning, that has precedence over everything, and we want to make sure that everybody is aware of it, and certainly in a place of safety. The good news is it looks like as we've talked about, Mike mentioned it and I've mentioned it, that it's not looking as organized. So the National Weather Service feels like they will be able to cancel this before the 9:30 time frame. And again, this was radar indicated just from rotation. We could see it coming together, and there was a pretty good coupling. But now it's just a broad area of rotation. So, if it's me, I'm looking at this going, okay, we can probably pull it now. But the National Weather Service, they make the calls on the watches and warnings. We relay those to you. We can't make the decision on if there's something to be warned or not. I can tell you if something looks very concerning or maybe even very well organized, but overall they have the final say-so on the watches and warnings. So we'll see how much longer this goes, but not really anything that's standing out that looks real concerning. As a matter of fact, this is where we would look at the best potential for the rotation, and I don't see it. It's just not standing out right now. So I don't want, for those of you in Canton, I will say, if you're in a place of safety, you can come out now. Certainly, it's past you now. So the rotation is east of Canton, but overall, it is still at least being warned, and that will last. It's 9:09 now, 9:10, and they said they will likely discontinue before 9:30. So, Mike, I don't see any reports, anything coming in about any damage either, and that's great news.
Yes, that is very good news, and I don't see anything through the chat either. Just basically them saying that the storm velocity scan itself becoming more and more unimpressive with each scan here. It did look very well organized a little bit ago when they first issued the warning, but for the most part, again, nothing through the chat. But again, it's very broad rotation, very weak rotation, if any, at the moment here. I'm not really seeing anything that I think this warning should be expiring here within the next couple minutes.
Yeah, and everything is south of Katie's and moving basically to the heart of the county there, and will eventually, the line of storms will eventually move into the southeast portion of the county. So the tornado warning has been dropped, so we will go ahead and get you back to programming, but keep in mind these are still very healthy thunderstorms, gusty straight line winds, a lot of cloud to ground lightning. If another warning for tornado comes out, we'll certainly update you, and I will have an update for you coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. But in the meantime, we're watching things very carefully, and we'll now send you back to regular programming.
Okay, here she is, Elsa XXX.